the worst is not behind any airline, not only Qatar Airways. I think all the airlines will be under stress. You can see already the airlines in your country, the United States, are asking for a second bailout. There will be soon other bailouts in Europe. There will be other collapses around the world because of the second wave. I think it is, as you can see, it is even more severe than in the first wave. So I think that there will be more reduction in capacity, which in a way is also not good for the traveling public, because then it will give a monopolistic situation to certain airlines that exactly wanted this to happen. What is important to note is that airlines need to be supported by their governments for the time being if they want their airlines to survive.
Absolutely, and that's why we've seen governments around the world coming to the aid of their carriers, and of course Qatar is no exception. $2 billion in dry powder from the government to support the carrier that you run. Is that going to be enough to save Qatar Airways, or are you going to need more?
I need to tell you that our losses will continue because every single airline in the world will continue to lose money because there is no more passengers to carry, or there are big numbers of passengers to carry, like we are actually carrying. But the traffic is one way because most of the countries have kept their airports closed. And I think that this is a very foolish decision to make, to keep airports closed. Because people, okay, if you don't want to import people, but people want to leave the country, so they should be allowed to do so. That is not happening. You know, this notion of creating bubbles is really, in my opinion, a nonsense. It's very difficult to predict the oil price. Oil price depends on so many factors. And with the volatile situation around the world, nobody could guess what will happen to the oil price. The lower the oil price is not good for my country, because my country's main export are hydrocarbon and natural gas. What we would like it to be that the oil price is at a stable rate, so that we could, as an airline, benefit from it, and at the same time make sure that our growth, when it happens after the pandemic, is not too stressed with the very high oil price.
So what would be an appropriate price, in your opinion, given the current fundamentals coming into next year?
Well, I think an oil price of $50 and above should be fine for an airline.